to be able to sponsor this event. We have a long relationship with the developer, so we're just excited to be a part of this. We're excited to see the growth that Frisco is taking. Republic Tunnel, I'm sure most of you are aware of us. We've been around for about 32 years. We have 12 locations. And we're just here to serve you and your clients. I just invite you to reach out to any office in any territory. We, fortunately, are located right across the street, Panther Creek. We moved into the new location about a year ago, and it couldn't have been a better move for us. And I have with me Marilyn Hoagland, our branch manager, my partner, Kylie Moore, Deborah Knockham, one of our escrow officers. We have 5 escrow officers in our office. So I don't want to take up a lot of time, but again, thank you, Jeff, for allowing us to be part of this. Thank you guys for, being here and doing what you do. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Ken. So we're going to start the presentation. Just a few little housekeeping. So I don't actually represent the developer. I'm waiting until the rumor started, so that looks like a spread. But I do know a lot about it. So Feeney has asked me to talk about the residential component, and then when we talk about the commercial, I'll turn it over to him. But first, I want to show you hot off the presses our newest park here in Frisco, which is going to be right down the road. It's Northwest Community Park. I'm going to walk you all through that so you're all aware of what's coming. We literally approved this. Some of you may not know my side hustle is also the mayor of Frisco. But we approved this park this week. So y'all are the first people to see the final design from a home perspective and trying to get it up.
I want to go there, Jeff. I want to go there.
So I'll speak about it in general while we're already installed. So it's going to be a 120-acre park. It's going to be the biggest park investment we've made to date as a city. $40 million going into this park. And it's not going to be a traditional sports field, so it's going to be the first kind of active park that we've done. And so if you think of Brookside, where we are here today, if you look down this park corridor, kind of at the edge of this neighborhood is where Northwest Community Park is going to be. And so it's next to Lone Star High School, so people that live in this neighborhood will get access to it. The great thing about Fields is that Fields was a 2,500 acre zoning case. Here we go. Okay. Which was the largest zoning case in the city's history. It was well thought out and planned, but it was a completely green space. So what we did is we actually planned our trail network in this part of the city before we planned our roads. So it's going to be a unique lifestyle benefit choice of being able to get anywhere in Fields on a bike and not have to cross the street. So if you're in Hollyhock or if you're at PGA Frisco, you can get on a bike and ride all the way to UNT Frisco on Preston Road and never cross the street. So it's pretty remarkable. So here's the location of the park. You can see this is the PGA up here. So many of you may not even know that the trail that goes around the PGA golf course is a public trail. You can go out there and walk and ride. It's open now. And this here is where we are today. So this is Brookside. It's literally going to be adjacent to this park. So we'll go ahead and quickly flip clear. We'll flip through this. This was just our survey that we did. So here's the park plan. So this area, what makes this field so unique is the terrain. And so you look at the preserve, the hilltop, the elevation change. Really, there isn't much land like this in all of North Texas that has this kind of terrain. And because of that, there's terrain all in this park. This is going to be all off-road hike and bike trails. So over 5 miles of biking trails through the woods here, hiking. This is going to be really remarkable. This is going to be a bike track for kids, really for a skills track. You're going to have an event lawn here. So the event lawn right there, just that, is bigger than Clyde Park, just to kind of give you some size and scale of what's going here. A fishing pier. So really remarkable. We'll go ahead and flip through here. Go to the next few slides. This is quite more detailed than y'all want to know. But you can just see all the different types of trails that they're going to have through here. So for lots of different users. You can bring your stroller out there. We'll go ahead and keep flipping through. This kind of gives you, we'll go back one here. This gives you kind of the outer loop, what's it going to look like. So a mile and a half. We specifically designed this because we want to be able to host 5Ks in this park and not have to close roads. So there will actually be 5Ks hosted here, but we never close roads. We can go ahead and flip through, get through the rest of them. We'll go and keep going. And then again, this just kind of shows just the level of detail that went to the planning. And we'll just kind of keep flipping through the presentation. What's going to look like. The trails are going to be named after the high school mascots here in Frisco. Here's some of the pictures and love. So it's going to be really, really nice. How many cyclists do we have in the room? Any? We got one, great. You're going to like it, Todd. Okay, so this is a gravity trail. So this is for the real experienced people, where you start with an elevated platform that helps you pick up speed to really get down the trail. But it's also going to be a lookout tower. So you can get up here and look out and see the PGA and everything. All right, we'll get to the rest of them again. This kind of shows kind of the skills area, the pump track, you know, the top track for little kids to be out there. This is just real detail for all of our bikers. They need to know exactly where they were going to ride. And again, just kind of some images. So again, $40 million investment, breaks ground here in just a couple months. It'll be open probably 15 to 18 months. So really, really cool project. So we'll go back to our main presentation now. Okay. We'll go ahead and flip through here. So I've heard Phoebe tell this so many times. So what this represents is just how big the Fields development is. So each one of these squares is a football field. So it just kind of tells you the scale of what it is. How many, what's the number? Basically, almost 2,000 football fields in size, 2,500 acres. Okay, so again, we talked about this being one of the most complex zoning case we ever did. Of course, what started was the PGA agreement. You come here, that's what set all this off and really kind of defined what's going on. Of course, you've got the residential component, so where we are today, which is Brookside South. Of course, that's under construction right now. We have any of the Brookside South builders here today? Any of us in the room? Of course, stick around and walk through their model homes. You've got Brookside North. So John Landon is designing Brookside North right now. Expected to start delivering those, I believe, in September, is what I understand. So he's building these out. So kind of how this is designed is, Brookside South would probably the lowest price point is in quotes, for Fields. Brookside North would be some larger lots in there, kind of be an intermediate price point, and of course the preserve is the full custom gated community that you see kind of on the walls here. Here's where there's Northwest Community Park that I showed you just ago, right here. And then you've got Fields West, where it's really urban. Then you've got Fields North, up north, which I'll let Phoebe talk more about those. And of course, you've got Universal going here. This is a future neighborhood that John Landon is also doing. He's made a big commitment to Fields. And then a future university village next to UNT Frisco. So how are we planning for all this growth? So these are all the streets that are currently being worked on. The city has, at one point, we had well over $100 million, $700 million of roads under construction. Legacy Road is open. We've had a chance to drive it. It's beautiful. So the deal that we did here with the developer is we agreed to pay for what a standard city road would be. And Phoebe, in his taste, he doesn't like anything standard, so they agreed to pay extra to make it nicer. How much extra did you spend? So he spent $20 million of his own money. So you can clearly tell when you cross Panther Creek that it looks very different. The medians look incredible. The trees are already mature. I think they built a whole tree farm. You already have mature trees, seasonal plants. There's brick pavers in the intersections. He didn't like the city's standard light poles, so he ended up with special light poles. That doesn't look and feel very different. The same thing for Fields West. This literally just opened last week here. And then you can see the big projects are Panther Creek, going east-west, the service roads, north-south, and Frisco Street. So those will all open in 24 or 25. So all of this will be completed well in advance of Universal Open and any of this coming year.
Where is the
What was that?
UNT campus.
UNT campus is right here, in this corner right here. So this talks about the trail network that I was talking about. So when you drive around, you're going to see all these below-grade crossings. So what that means is there's tunnels underneath the road. So that's what I was saying, that was planned before the roads. So all of these trail networks connect up at below-grade crossings. So you can get from Brookside, you can go to this PGA trail, you can get all the way around, you can get to Fields West, you can get up through this trail network to this part of the city, you can go to the PGA, and you can get all the way to UNT Frisco. You can literally live on that hawk and have a student going to UNT Frisco and they ride their bike to college. It's really, really cool. So this is creating a unique lifestyle benefit. And really, we traveled the country back in 2017 looking at the best neighborhoods in the United States, and nowhere have I seen a neighborhood that you can walk to a dense commercial urban environment like what a Fields West is going to be and still have a traditional suburban experience and be able to walk to a community park. Usually you have to make a trade-off. If you want to be able to walk to these type of communities, you have to live in a high-rise, you have to live in an apartment, a condo, or if you decide to live in a suburban environment, you have to get your car and drive to amenities. This is probably the first one I know of in the entire United States where you have the best of both. Oh, yes. He specifically wants me to mention the chain of lakes because he knows how much he paid for this. So if you look out right now here, you can see that eventually will be full of water. That is the chain of lakes. The Legacy Bridge that you see in the distance, that will be full of water and go all the way to the other side. And then this backdrop will be Fields West in the distance. That's where Fields West is going to be, it's that close. And there's going to be a trail that walks through it. So yeah, it can be really, really remarkable. When is that going to start filling up with water? Couple months. Again, here we are, the Brookside Event Center. Eventually you'll look down this chain of lakes here, all this open space, green belts, Northwest Community Park right here. All this is certainly under construction, building up really, really fast. Fields North, here's the list of builders for all these. Taylor Morrison, Toll Brothers, Perry, Highland, Shattuck, and Olivia Clark are the builders there. And then Landon is building out this phase and this phase here. And this is the preserve. So there's 10 approved builders here. Where are our preserve builders? Raise your hand. A lot of them came here today. Thank you for being here. Get to know them. Here's the list of them. There's Alford, there's Bella, Coast Homes, Endurance Homes, Faulkner Perrin, Hawkins Wellwood, Shattuck Caldwell, Sharif Deer, Starside, and Ventura Custom Homes. So there's a few different product types here in the neighborhood. So this area right here in the middle is the high point of the neighborhood. This neighborhood's like a cake where it's 2 levels. So we kind of refer to this as the hilltop. And so these are elevated where these homes here, some of them are as large as an acre. They have that 30-mile kind of blue sky view. You can see forever when you get up there. And of course, you've got all of these perimeter lots that look onto the PGA golf course, East Course Championship course, and then you've got interior lots. You see all the green space that is in the neighborhood. They're spending $20 million on landscaping in this neighborhood. Unbelievable. But these parks, you really can't appreciate it until you go out and drive there, how big they are. I mean, these are massive green spaces that they have. Of course, it's going to be fully guarded. Phase 2 of the neighborhood will be right here. So phase 1 is 233 lots. I think probably half are sold?
About 200 builders.
250 builders, and the builders, I think, probably about half of those are sold. There's still, there's golf courses available, so there's some of every product type still available. Ventura Homes right here on the boulevard. They're doing a unique Newport Beach style parkside living concept. They actually have the presentation running in the back. SHM is the town architect for this neighborhood, so everything is approved. They specially designed these homes for these villa concepts. For anyone that wants to hang out for another presentation at noon, Lloyd and they are going to give a sneak peek into what they're building here. So anyone that can stay, I encourage you to stay and listen to what they're doing. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it over to Phoebe Carahan. I want to introduce him really quick. So Phoebe is the mastermind behind all of the legacy projects. So he did the Shops of Legacy decades ago, came back and did Legacy West. Everyone's been to Legacy West and loves it. And I joke that I got tired of him kicking our butt in Plano. And so in 2017, I went and met him and said, you need to start building in Frisco. And he had decided to come do these projects. Fields West, Bill will talk about, but we're encouraging to make it bigger and better than that. He has been inducted into the NAPCAR Hall of Fame as a commercial developer and many other accolades. But he is a genius on every level, to every single detail. He picks if you go to Legacy West, he gives you a tour, he's going to tell you exactly why he picked every single brick, every single stone, every single flower. But he gets into that level of detail, and I'm sure he can pick out everything here. So please give Pete Carahan a welcome.
Individual, so thank you for being here. I love seeing this kind of crowd here at Fields. That speaks value of what this development is about. So Jeff obviously has been very instrumental, not in his capacity as a real estate professional, but also as the mayor of the city. He's been an incredible leader to support. He's not kidding. I was done with Legacy West, and I said, I won the Super Bowl, Masters, everything several times. I am done till he talked me into these, and obviously here we are. So, Jeff, thank you for your support and everything you do. So, Jeff talked a lot. Certainly, we did get the most flexible zoning case and the largest zoning case in Frisco. We purchased this land in 2018. It was unentitled. Not many people will do that. We did because of the trust that we had with the city leaders that what we could deliver. So from day number one, our goal has been to kind of honoring the family's legacy before us. This has been a ranch land for decades, a unique topography that Jeff mentioned, hills, the creeks and all that. We said we're going to embrace all that stuff. So when you talk about these neighborhoods preserved rather than knocking it down and making it, just simple development, we made sure the view corridors, the hills and all that. So each and every lot have these unique and great views of, as Jeff said, 30 miles, skyline and all of that. So also our development has more than 250 acres of open park areas on top of 550 acres PGA golf courses. So that's 830 some acres. So if you think of the 2,500 acre original plan, more than 1/3 is committed open areas. And then blended with the Northwest Park, this really makes it, I hate to use the word unique, but I don't think there is any neighborhood that provides that kind of healthy living that everybody, particularly after the COVID pandemic, desires to have. So, as Jeff said, you can get on your bike, walk miles and miles. And everything that we show there, like 25 miles of hike and bike trail within the fields, other than the Northwest Park, is a requirement, my zoning case. It's not just some developer say, hey, we're going to do it. These are obligations that we committed to the city. So you'll be able to do that there. And it's not only it stops here within the fields, it continues to all the other bike and hike trails within the city of Frisco. So that provides you. Obviously, chain of lakes with the 75 acres, water features everywhere. It will be beautiful. It will be more natural setting here. But when you come to the Fields West mixed-use project, that will be more the urban type of environment and all that. So, I can talk the days long about Fields and the Fields West, the project. So I think that Jeff wanted me to share with you some of the commercial things that we're doing. Obviously, we still have 1,000 acres in here that we hope to attract corporations. Legacy Business Park, where I've been involved last 25 years, matured. There's not much land left for next Toyota, next JP Morgan Chase. So we hope that by providing great housing that has different price points, nothing in Frisco cheap, but you know, but there is products that we're hoping that John Landon is also, in addition to 870 lots that he will be building in East Village, he's also acquiring additional acreage that will provide a little bit more modest price. I don't want to say cheap price, there's nothing says. All right, and so let's go to Fields West, next slide, so I can talk. Go to the next one, please. Okay, so Legacy West, I hope everyone shopped there. I love our guests. I hope you're spending money there. Anyone has not been there? No. So people ask me, compare Fields West to Legacy West. And then I use these, some of you heard these over and over, but think of two sisters. Legacy West is an older sister. Fields West is the younger sister. The younger sister looks at the older sister and says, I'm going to do better than you have done. and then watches her success and then says, I can be more successful. So that's certainly my hope is that we can deliver a version of Legacy West with different higher standards, size and scale. Legacy West, those that you've been from Legacy Drive, the headquarters was 2,150 feet long. This one is 2,700, so 550 feet, almost a city block, longer, bigger development. But it's a similar concept where you have retail restaurants in the first floor, on the west side, multifamily, which will have about 1,200 apartments over retail, and then office space is about 350,000 square foot. So, Republic title, you just chose the wrong location. You should have gone there. If you can break your lease, we'll lease you space. Okay, I had to do the commercial, right? Okay, so that's the size. So the mixes, it has been incredible, the response that I received from retailers and restaurant users. One will think, well, Legacy West there, and maybe too close. It's really not. Some of the names that is there, Lululemon, Kendra Scott's, and these, they're all coming here. And then, but we're also bringing some of the Dallas Uptown best restaurants here. They never ventured out of that Uptown areas, Highland Park area. You're going to hear the names of Beverly's, Mr. Charles. Some of those great names will be here. And we'll use some of the national brands, the Flower Child, the North Italia, those kind of things, Mexican Sugar, 60 Wines, some of the tenants that will be here. I'm really proud of these. So the Del Frisco Double Eagle, which is in Legacy, and Capitol Grill on the east side of Shops of Legacy, both wanted to be here. And when they start competing, the president, CEO of the Landry's said, we'll put Masters. But anyone that traveled and be in Masters Steakhouse, that's the crown jewel of the steakhouses. They're in New York, Chicago, LA, Miami, and they are not in the Dallas area. So they are going to be there. You'll see it in a little fly-through video, their location. So it's very exciting to assemble these type of tenants and bring it here. This will be really the center of universe. In my mind, will be done. It's not done deal, by the way, for disclosure. We're working adamantly to make it happen. As you know, in real estate world, the financing this size of project, nearly $800 million. Very complicated, at least to say, but I'm extremely optimistic that we'll be able to pull it together. So if we start, when we start, it will be hopefully this summer, and then June, July this summer, and goal is to 2027, all phases, all the sequences being finished and open for business. All right, let's go to the next things, please. So let's stop there. So that gives you view. So we are right here at the Amenity Center, looking at west, and this leads us to Tollway, Panther Creek, Fields Parkway, Legacy. This land is about 160 acres. All of it's called Fields West, but the mixed-use component in the center is about 50 acres of land. Comparison to Legacy West, that was about 35 acres, so 15 acres in size, bigger. Right, let's go next. Here's another view. Now you're looking at from north to south. Again, the goal is to bring companies here to Frisco by building a mixed-use development. And today's employers, what do they look? They want to attract talent, but more important, they want to retain talent. So they feel that if they come, and that's the reason I kick butt in Frisco, because they love what Plano and Legacy West and Shop Legacy offer. So you look at their Toyota, JP Morgan Chase, Liberty Mutual, that really fulfilled. They put fire into our residential growth too. All these companies coming here and they want to provide their employees that kind of environment, the best amenities. And we know we have best of everything. Very healthy environment, our parks, our trails, our mixed-use project is going to make the most desirable neighborhood anywhere, not only for residential side of things, but for companies to locate. All right, so here's the vision. Obviously, I can deliver this portion of it pretty quick. This is all, we're hoping that Texas, North Texas, continue to attract companies, which I believe it will happen. I'm glad to say thanks. I'm not going to use bad word. Messing up California, New York, the state of Illinois. We welcome them with open arms so that I hope they find themselves here. So you see the skyline, the golf and everything. Here's the amenity center articulated in the video, and then once the water fills, what our chain of lakes is going to look like. Okay? All right. Here's another rendering that's again looking from north to south of Fields West. Here's this will be Mexican Sugar and 61 in that location. And Mastros is right in that corner. So maybe you skip and go ahead and show the video there. So there is a little fly through video we developed. So you're going from, again, Fields Parkway, you're entering similar to Vinrose Avenue that was in Legacy West. We have a fake name here, hopefully this will be Flower Child there. Another food hall, similar to one that we have at Legacy West, a little scaled down. It won't have the brewery. Williams-Sonoma Home Store, which will be, this is a sign lease there. You're gonna see another great retailer called Our House. It's in North Park Mall. They are one of the hottest home furnishing, home accessories business right there. It's also a sign lease. Across the street, Pottery Barn, Tommy Bahama Marlin Bar. These are our sign leases. So you can see how long this street will be. Again, the pavers, landscaping islands, all the materials. Like Shake Shack is another sign lease there. You can't do without them, right? Fair thing. Oh yeah, so Kendra Scott is another one that is in shops that chose to be here. So as you're looking at it, what Jeff said, talking about at Legacy West, I was pinched. You know, the tollway was on one side, and the communication, so I couldn't build as wide of sidewalk patios. So here I have the land to do that. We've been able to implement larger sidewalks and things. Hopefully on the right will be luxury hotel, is the Mastro's location, and you're coming to the lake and the two restaurants that we have in that location.
What do you guys think?
All right, so I think that's it. Is there anything else? Okay, so do you want me to take any questions or open? Anyone has any questions? No? Go ahead.
You mentioned some restaurants, some retail that's currently just down the road. Are they gonna double up locations, or are they moving from Legacy West up here?
No, they are not moving. So we have about 7.4 miles distance from Legacy West, and this is sufficient for them. They see the enormous amount of growth that taking place not only Frisco area, but Prosper, Salina, and the 380 being developed, or the being major highway with TxDOT is going to connect Denton to McKinney. So when I build these kind of things, we don't really build it for one area, one neighborhood, one city. It has to be super regional, pull from great distances. But the question was whether we will cannibalize the business in Legacy area. No, retailers are doing big numbers, but they also understand the phenomenal growth here. They see that as a completely different market. Okay? Yes?
Hi, thank you for the presentation. For all the ladies in here that are shy to ask, what are some of the high-end designer that are coming in?
Designer?
Like Louis Vuitton and
Well, so today's question is that, soft good retailers, so I don't call it designers, but, whether Louis Vuitton, Gucci, things like that. So that's not going to happen early on. It didn't happen at Legacy West. Really, those retailers take their time. So when we opened Legacy West in 2016, I didn't have Gucci, David Yurman, Tiffany, and Louis Vuitton. They come later. The market has to prove itself that demand is there. They see the traffic, they see that, and it will be the second generation. But some of the names like Lululemon, Fiore, Ola, not Ola, Ala, I think that, Ala, right? You're in the fashion business. As long as you spend your money, you're going to do okay. But there is one major retailer that we're working with. I cannot disclose. They are not in Texas. They are a very important brand in the country. They want to re-enter the Texas market. And if we're successful, it will bring some of the other designer brands. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Will you have any kind of new concept stores that combine the shoppers online with the smaller storefront? Anything kind of going into the future?
No, I don't think so. That was tried in the Legacy West. There was a store called Neighborhood Services. Yeah. And that idea was, hey, so-and-so selling great jeans online and they want to have a brick and mortar presence. So can they do that? And unfortunately, that concept did not work, and they did close, and it's turning into Aritzia, the clothing store. So I will not venture to that, something that failed before, so I'll speak with what I know. All right, thank you. HOA? All right, Anthony, come on. Anthony leads our HOA, so Brookside Preserve will have HOAs, and we work First Texas Services, right? First Services. It's a New York Exchange traded public company. We're glad to have them as leading these neighborhoods. So Anthony, take it over.
Thank you, Mimi. Thanks everybody for being here. I was not prepared to speak, but I was told no pressure. The mayor wants to know if you have anything to add. So thanks for coming, guys. I'm the general manager here at the HOA. I've actually been in property management for. Thank you, Mimi. I've actually been in property management for maybe about 7 or 8 years. And when I started, I actually had a full head of hair. As some of you guys know, it can be a high turnover kind of business, right? So I say that all just to say, coming into a project like Fields that has been so meticulously and thoughtfully developed and working with 140-page design guidelines, it's really a dream come true for us, for a property manager's perspective. So happy to be here, obviously. I'm not alone. We have a lifestyle director staff here as well. And so Miranda's already been off to the races planning various events and programs for the homeowners. And that's all gone really well. So if you guys have any questions about the amenity center, feel free to look around. There's 2 pools out here. There's sport courts. We've got a tennis court and pickleball outside. Feel free to come grab me or Miranda, and we'll be happy to chat with you guys. So thanks again for being here.
Well, thank you guys for coming. I want to thank everyone from Group 1 that was a part of this today. And then again, for anyone that can hang out in the back conference room, that's where Shanae Lloyd with Ventura Homes is going to be unveiling for the first time their Parkside Villa products. So there's limited